IS asterisk CKED someone C asterisk CK thinking it was my husband's. Something really strange happened a while back when my husband, who was also my boyfriend at the time, and I went to a big house party. One of his wealthier friends threw the party in a large home that must have had 3 to 4 bathrooms and at least 8 rooms. I made the decision to go to one of the rooms with my boyfriend to spend some alone time. The house's hallways were so similar that they nearly gave the impression of being a maze. Not long after, we managed to find a room a little further away from the party, and I quickly needed to use the restroom. I promised my boyfriend that I would return shortly, but it took me almost 15 minutes to locate a restroom. After using the restroom, I went back to try to locate the room, but I was really confused because everything seemed to be the same. I opened the doors to at least 2 empty rooms in an attempt to locate my boyfriend. Even though it was very dark when I walked into the 3rd room, I could see him lying in the bed. I told him how difficult it was to find him, and all he did was wave me closer. He unzipped his PNTS and exposed his CCK as I settled into the bed beside him. It was a little larger than I had remembered, but I hadn't given it much thought because I had been drinking. In an extremely unusual move for him, he grabbed me by the hair and pushed his CCK inside my M*UTH. Although he wasn't particularly rough during our S*Shul encounters, I assumed that, similar to myself, he was a few drinks in. It turned me on to the point where I gave him the sloppiest BL*WJB of my life. At one point, he gave me a faced *CK so intense that I nearly passed out from lack of air. He was that big. He ended up giving me a really hard-faced *CK, and just before he arrived, he pushed it down my THR** so deeply that I didn't even have to swallow his SPRM. I realized what had happened when he thanked me. It wasn't even his voice. I saw that the guy the first had just unintentionally S*CKED off wasn't my boyfriend when I took a quick look at him. My boyfriend had texted me asking where I was and had called me 5 times when I pulled my phone out of my pocket. I took myself to another bathroom visit before heading outside to find the room where my boyfriend was lying. When I finally managed to find him, I just told him that I was having trouble finding my way to the bathroom and back, and he seemed to believe me, without bringing up what I had just done. After that, we had S*X, and I've never told him the truth about what really happened. I, 18 female, got leaked in high school then turned into the school SLT. This happened when I was a senior in high school and everyone was 18 when it happened. I was a shy and socially awkward girl in high school. I didn't dress the way all the other girls did and guys never paid me much attention. This one guy was kind of cute and started talking to me. I really wanted a prom date so I talked to him as well and ended up sending him N-Day so he would like me. He showed me his hard DCK and him JRK and off to my pictures. It made me really wet so I fingered myself and exposed everything to him. Later that week, all the guys were staring at me now and I could hear them talking about me behind my back and looking at their phones. Girls were looking at me grossed out and I could hear them calling me a SLT. One of my friends told me that my pictures and videos got leaked and everyone had seen them. I was so embarrassed. It was so gay and I could feel everyone staring at me seeing everything. It was also strangely a turn on. Guys' eyes leered on me now and I felt so vulnerable but HRNYU see their stare. A lot more guys started messaging me and it didn't take much for them to convince me send them N-Day as well. Soon they started asking me to hang out. I was a virgin and barely had KSSED a boy by then. The first guy the first hung out with pressured me into giving him a BL*WJB and I ended up loving it. I found out after he recorded and sent to his friends. The next guy FCKED me and recorded as well. I was now officially the school SLT and everyone knew it. I loved all the attention I was getting. I started dressing SL*Tier, wearing short skirts and tight tank tops to school. Then I stopped wearing B** and PNTIES underneath. Guys would always grab my A*SS or grope me somehow as I walked by. All the guys were always asking me to hang out. I would FCK or suck them and they would almost always record. I started asking to go to the bathroom and giving quick BL*WJ*BS during class. This went on my senior year and I ended up going to prom myself, but FCKED 5 guys that night anyways. Mike 28 male, GF 26 female, is shy about S*X now that we're committed. My girlfriend and I are approaching a year together and have been dealing with some issues in the bedroom over the last 6 months. It was an issue with the frequency for a while, but since she had her IUD removed we're back to 2 to 4 times a week. However, I'm always the one to initiate or am urged by her into initiating through some play fighting or something, and I'm doing 90% of the work. When we started dating, she'd pretty explicitly come onto me the majority of the time and had so much S***shul confidence that it made me blush, having no issue dirty talking or teasing and touching me just to pleasure me, not even as part of S***X. It would especially drive me crazy when she'd bit my LP or leave hickeys on my body, but that's all been gone for a good while now. We talked about it tonight and for the first time she admitted that she just felt embarrassed doing that stuff, that she feels foolish acting S***XY like that now that I'm somebody she has to see every day and cares what I think of her, rather than just another guy to have fun with. She has avoidant tendencies when it comes to the relationship, and this seems tied in with those. I sternly told her how perfect she is in my eyes and urged her to give into it, to let herself feel a little silly just as I feel dancing with her or going along with her stupid little games with our animals. She broke her sternness and smiled in a little admission that I was right before we dropped it for the night. How can I help her get past this? She seems to kind of fear S***X now and see it as a bit of an imposition rather than approach it as something fun that should bring us together. For instance, not long ago we were showering together, and despite saying from the start that she hates shower S***X and that it's just for relaxing together, she got all embarrassed and when pride told me sometimes she just wants it in there. I obliged and initiated, but the old her would have had no problem just coming onto me herself. I've never rejected her, never told her she was anything but beautiful. She knows I can go at the drop of a hat, so why the shyness now? TLDR. My girlfriend was much more wild in bed before things got serious between us, and says she feels embarrassed doing those things now that she knows I'll be there to remember them. How can I help her with this?